which whip I was whipping in, bumping 50-cent mini-men, subbing the world. Y'all don't want truth, you wanna be right. Don't want freedom, you wanna comply. Just want freedom to choose who we a slave to and call it a life. Don't want justice, we want comfort. Where's the lie? I slide between genres, only poking my head in when I hear something interesting. Guess it's been a minute then. I was in the whip, forget which whip I was whipping in, bumping 50-cent mini-men, subbing the word women in. Scar tissue and thicker skin, love letters I didn't send. Been missing in action, so let me fill you in. Never got the benefit of the doubt, but being doubted comes with its benefits. That's why I never rap about ops that I don't have. I'm only up against ignorance. Let them keep expectations low and adjust the percentages. Shrug and nonchalantly mention how fucked up the system is. Look what it's done to my innocence. Understated like slavery and genocide. Pledge allegiance, outlaw the homeless and give billionaires better treatment. Caping for a class you'll never be in. Your actions echo in eternity and dreams never leave that bed you sleep in. Been itching bad to get it back. Unappreciative of shit I had in the past, but that's in the past. Turn this pen and pad to Leningrad. Live long enough, the hero put on a villain mask. Road rage, how I'm driven mad. They don't live by their standards online. Buying Eat the Rich bumper stickers off Amazon Prime. Yeah. You could criticize the world and exist in it too, but most time that's just an excuse to choose convenience over principles when you consume. Am I the only one with common sense in the room? Easy to see the world from this high horse. Just don't look it in the mouth, cause when I'm out, it's my gift to you. Been chomping at the bit, trying to stick and move somewhere between the dark and the pale one. I'm just the glue. Yo, Mac.
Crawled up the Cambrian seas, came from the deep, made a beeline straight for the trees. Replaced the jungle with skyscrapers and streets. Jet stream to the west, highway to the east. Soon, see the white orchid in bloom. Sow's head on a stick and the fly swarm where it looms. I see the youth getting high, scorching a spoon. Make me wanna go and fashion a mic cord to a noose. Or wait for our light source to balloon. The world turn back to magma, the firestorm can resume. Tonight I'm asking the psych ward for a room. Having fever dreams of death on a white horse in the gloom. Men of science warn that we're doomed. In due time we won't have no more life forms to consume. Cause we can put cyborgs on the moon, but still can't rinse the stink of the primordial ooze.
It took a long time to forget what happened. Sand dunes bubbled into pools of glass. And with the bad moon rising in the falling sky, look for me on the dark side.
Hooded falcons circle garbage that they see as rats. Artificial islands shaped like spiders wherein we relax. Couldn't fathom the hardships, only dream of cash. Self not exempt, no one calls their own a fiendish laugh. Rodent smells another rotting that it thinks is trash. Unarmed kid shot by pig, pig fails to link the past. Prior generations did the same, but we can shrink the gap. Your influence is illegitimate, I'm sick of your indignant badge. This refuse should have been recycled, that's a fucking fact. Suffer from another's lapse in judgment, we can run the track. Paved over a habitat with all the gravitas of grabbing ass. And blame your friends, never made amends, that's the way it went, I'm not mad at that. Mistaken cloud gazer, that's not a bird but a floating drone. Controlled by subpar technology to your mobile phone. No vacancy at your safe haven, and when you're forced from your home, patience, flight, distance, poet, warlord, the Boca Raton.
It took a long time to forget what passed. Sand dunes bubbled into pools of glass. And with the bad moon rising in the falling sky, look for me on the dark side.
Nootropics got that mind to open. That siren song to the sky's corona. Walking dead with a copperhead try to bite the coke. Y'all been bottle fed with your idle stank in a lime and sofa. The correlation in Whitey Bulger and Iacocca. Water whippers chipping them pies of coca with cries for motors. Ivory poachers, land claimants and rightful owners. Fight promoters with rifles loaded, thugging for white Jehovah. Ayatollahs trying to build an altar. Preacher man look more like Geechee Dan trying to fill them coffers. Around the time the kid was a whiz at Contra, Ali moving arms like he pissed in Honda in Nicaragua. They whipped us off to the Rickenbacker. Well, Knickerbocker still sell that story of Prince and Pop for the children watching. Taking them pigs to slaughter. They kill your father, you kill their father. They call it that intifada, but shit is karma. Karma.
Long time to forget what happened. Sand dunes bubbled into pools of glass. And with the bad moon rising in the falling sky, look for me on the dark side.
Man, I ain't know it hit that crazy. You know what would be a fire concept though? If I wrote a letter to Hitman. Yeah, just like a response so he knows my thought process on this whole thing since we ain't speak in a while, you know what I mean? Hey, yo, what's up, holla? Been a couple years since we kicked it. Wrote a letter as you had the whole scene tripping. Glad you retweeted it. The cosign seemed different. Verb using Photoshop. Thinking that the memes hit and dropped 7 days on them. Had the whole week clicking. Had the show out on them. Fuck it, I'ma remix it. Drop 7 days. Remixed it. Matter of fact, the shit'd hit harder if you remixed it.
No lie, Mick, that letter stamp from my point of view, shit, I couldn't have said it better, champ. St. Louis downfall, we used to have a stellar camp. Now we got the spin master, all he do is hella rant. Remember when he got jealous, didn't believe the shit was real. It was all good, the beef started when I hit a mill. It was only rap, so I didn't seek the guys on him. Mama didn't like his vibe, so I kept my eyes on him. You was freezing cold, so your buzz, I had to help you get it. Biggest moment of your life, my father had to help you with it. Said you hate black women, really don't get you, brother. Dumbest shit ever, cause your mother not a different color. Bitch, nigga, I ain't stutter. What then got into you? 4 black daughters, how could you say that in them interviews? That's why your kids hate you. Everybody, it's a cancer. Ask your son, do he love you? Ask mine, different answer. The fans know who's who. Don't let them fool you. Your crib ain't got a upstairs. Who you talking views to? Where we rest our head at, I won in that department. Keep running to them spaces, cause ain't none in that apartment. The nigga so miserable, he laughing at me playing ball. McCoy don't fuck with you, second Gerald, you done ran off. Okay, you be Mook and Lux, I think you should listen in. My mom and my sons don't hate me, that's a bigger win. Tagging Nick to give me fire, you wanted me to cry, bro, let's say that did work. I got 6 other jobs, though. This new verb, look, I don't know that motherfucker. Mill smoked you, you replied back, throw that motherfucker. Been grown, I got a son half my age, and verb ain't gonna do shit but try to flag my page. I mean, I know why you hate me, mad cause you the brokest. What they paying you to battle, they couldn't give me the host it. Ain't nobody gonna tell you I am cause I'm realer. Man, it's time for A-Verb to really look in the mirror. He really think he a killer, look at who he become. Man, it's time to tell the set that the movie is done. And once upon a time he had a voice and we heard him, but what's the point of showtime if no one is in the theater? Every day it get weirder, he ended up a failure. Well, listen closely, I got something I wanna tell. But on the real shit, it's real, Verb, where should I begin? You mad at everybody else because you fighting within. Look right in the lens, you sick, bro, your body is thin. Probably break your whole face, I land this right on your chin. Get cold at night, got nobody to hold at night. Your world crashing down on you cause your soul ain't right. Jotting these rhymes, Cash bro, follow the signs. You only get one, go apologize to your moms. We know that you bluffing, your daughters don't call you for nothing. Be a man, be a father, tell your sons that you love them. Crowd them with facts, you're 44, you gotta relax. Stand tall, right your wrongs, ain't too proud to be that. Watch how they react, I ain't show, and that's why he stayed to stay, cause he got nowhere to go. We used to be family, now yell, he can't stand me. Knowing don't nobody like him but that bitch Sandy. Yeah. Straight from St. Louis, I was gonna let you slide, cause I didn't wanna do this. Lux called looking for a hit, you ain't the scupper me. I heard what happened to Speedy recovery. Mickey, I appreciate you, boy. Yeah. Love.
Hey. Hey. I gotta move little things out the way. We are live. Let me just tweet this out. Get this up for the good peeps. What do I say? We are live. The new. But new is gonna sound like no. Too Scottish for literature. We are live now. Boom. So this isn't going to be like a long thing. This isn't going to be like an actual. I don't even know if I'll keep the live up or because I'm going to record this as well, and we'll just sort of see how we get on. Because I realize I've got my series coming out tomorrow, which make sure to check it out. It's I'll have a video on X tonight. I might even upload it to YouTube. Let's see. But just gotta explain one or two things. Because it's the Pokemon Nuzlocke starts tomorrow. But whilst I'm here, I figured instead of just bombing with two videos back to back, and it almost giving too much, do a live stream here talking about this, and then that'll come out tomorrow because that's been a pet project for a few months now. So. Where winning matters, eh? Where winning matters. What you know what? This semi-finals was so good. So let me put some little music on. Oh, I've pressed something I shouldn't have there. There we go. Let's say we do that. Maybe a little more. I've just put. I remember I did this on my first stream. It's just such a vibe. It's It's Kamala. Hey, Kamala Anderson. That is hilarious. Oh, why is that not popping up here? That should be popping up here. Well, Kamala Anderson is so funny. I should have my thingy. Don't worry about me. I'm just sorting everything out. And then we're going to really talk about this. But salute to you, Dojo. You are the man. Yeah, so this semi-final, dog. Like, what the helly? It's definitely... Should be able to highlight that. Clear. Is it only popping up there? Ah, who cares? Right, that's not a big deal. But yes, I'm live. Right. The semi-final. Okay, this has been a journey that we have been on for the past little while, getting to this point, and man, it's. I hope like this was like the first event back, but I wonder what's going to happen after this this whole thing's done. You know, what's going to then come around? Like, how are we going to move on from this? Is it back to normal, or do we then move on to something else? Like how does battle rap in the UK look after this? Obviously, we've got all these leagues and whatnot, but you know, for now, Premier Battles is the #1 league, and I'm sure no one's going to get offended when I say that. But if the #1 league is out the way, where do we go from there? You know, so I just don't know. I think it's still something that's on my mind about where we go next with battle rap. But this event, all the battles in this event were amazing. All of them were. They genuinely amazing. I'm dead chuffed for Premier Battles to have such a good event, and for it to work out the way that it did, because man. Oh, that's why I'm an idiot. Give me a second. But man, it's definitely been a crazy time. I'll be real. God, what? I feel like I'm distracting myself. Apologies, gang. Put this in here. Okay, and then I go. Oh no, I've scuffed it. Yes, technical issue, but I'm getting there. Okay, get the chat back. Boom, and we go get right into it all. So, like this. Bam. Oh. Boom. There we go. I have to raid this whole stream. No, it's all good in the hood, brother. All good in the hood. You know what? I have a function on here that isn't clicking. So that's all it is, bud. That is all it is. And this is not going to be anything long. So there we go. This is what I was looking for. If I do this, boom. Look, that's what I'm wanting. Easy. Okay, we're back to it. You've almost got that. I'll press it for you. There we go. It's I'll press that for you. I'll press that for you. Oh, what is it again? Is it I know, what a start. This is such a CammyGBR start of a stream. But again, this is not anything crazy. We are going to go through it all. What's the Don DeMarco again? Oh, it's explanation mark and then Don DeMarco, one word. Okay, I'm happy now. Zelda music's playing, stream is here, technical issues are out the way. Awesome. Run it back. Should come up. There you go. There you go. Run it back. So, like I was saying, I'm worried where Premier Battles is going to be after this, right? I am worried, because what happens after this tournament? And we've kind of got this Shotty Horror Gemini battle, which is, to be honest, it's an end game battle. You know, and the UK does not have them. We don't have many. Where do we go from here? Like, I imagine there's still going to be big battles happening and all this jazz, and I think I've got an interview lined up with someone who I'm going to guess they're on the card. I'm guessing. So, I've got that coming up on, I think, on Monday. But where do we go from there is very, very, very interesting to me. This event in general was amazing, and I'm going to salute Dojo and Gasbuff. That was a great battle. Like, Sean Cray and Who's Orion, great battle. Like, I'm actually surprised how good Who's Orion was, because there's a huge difference between that and what he was like versus Luke Castro. So the ability to get that over, I'm so impressed. I cannot lie. Like Hamill and Slim Buck, I was talking to Slim Buck back at the Bloodbath card, tell me about it, and I'm like, dog. He's a pen game hater. You know what? Me and you too, brother. Me and you too, brother. As a pen game hater, he's really fucking good. But as generally speaking, I was speaking to Slim Buck about this, and he was on about, I'll deal with him. I was like, are you, motherfucker, are you sure? Like, are you sure? He's a crafty devil. And the idea that Premier Battles was trying to save Hamill and then give him Slim Buck, what are you playing at? But you know what? Bro swam with the fishes, so respect is due. Let's go on to the stream now, okay? The event was great, the battles are great. Slim took an L, called it. Yeah, but you are going to call it though, because like, what you call Hamill is like your soul sister. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are just you guys are like the swans that swim together. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are together. Like, you know, it's two meerkats that are found in the jungle. Like, you know, that's where you guys are. So you don't have anyone else. You're not in a safari. That's you. Like, you guys. That's exactly. It's so you're always going to say that. It's kind of like I'm not surprised if it's going to be a 2-on-2 because you two are interconnected. You are the. Oh my god, you guys could be like the wild cards or something. They're twin flames. Yes, you kind of are. Of course, you're going to say that. But the stream was pretty good. Let's go on about the stream a bit. This was a good stream. I kind of, obviously, it is pretty much battle to battle, as in general. And if I'm correct in saying, we didn't quite get the come up, as in the we got the coming up for Dub and Pagan, but I don't think we got that for Hamel and DEBURKE and Sam Hypes. But maybe because there was intended to be more, and then they just went on like intro battle, coming up battle. And maybe there's maybe more in the middle. I don't know. Well, hold on. We haven't had a... Wait, hold on. We haven't had a Cammy so-and-so is a thing intro that we usually get from these. Because I'm live! Because I'm live! You know what?
Shit like that.
Sometimes you gotta deal with shit like that. Sometimes. And you know what?
Face first.
You fall face first sometimes. And...
Bang, bang.
With your mother. Nah, I'm joking. That's crazy. But... in general, like I think we could have had more on the stream, but it's especially because it took quite a while to get to here. However, obviously things are busy, you know, like life is happening. But it's been quite good. This is like the penultimate. You know, it's technically it's 16 weeks because you get the final. That's your 16th week. This is a penultimate. This is in wrestling. This is the go home show. You know, this is the one before. Why are we invested in the final? And we're going to get this rigmarole. It would have been nice, but again, I'm talking hypothetically. I'm talking like it's going to be the next big thing. I'm talking like everything's perfect, ducks in line. But you know, circumstances happen, and we'll probably talk about the circumstances that have happened. So, I think me throwing a bit. When I just said the circumstances that'll happen, that big German spanner. Didn't have to be big, bruh. Come on now. Your German spanner's that big that you had to highlight it. That's crazy. But because of what's going on, obviously we want to try and like see where we go from here. And if you have this big spectacle, you then have to like adjust to this, which is like a video at the end. What would have been good, I would have been good to me is. If you have this part here, you know what, that is true. You know, I thought people were engaged to battle rap. I thought we were meant to engage the audience, you know, in the ring, you know, stand up the altar, you know. Here's a way to say if you're Dub T, you could have something borrowed, but that just leads into that's terrible. Married to the game, shoddy horror, shit engage. I don't know. I'm chatting shit, but. With this is why I can't do the lives because I get so distracted with everything. With what's going on, it'd been quite good to have like even an announcement for another battle, or like hold on to this Frankie Fraser, Sean Cray, Gas Buff Crow, and announce that on the stream. And just okay, here's the next battle, or even at this point, ideally, we'll have the whole card. If we have the whole card, then we're walking away like, this is the show. This is it. This is where we're at. This is what it's supposed to be. So I wish we got that, but we didn't. And maybe there's still more booking to be done for this event, and you know that happens too. But I'm a boy that can only wish, and I will obviously want the best outcome. So, but maybe there's a rollout that we don't know yet. There's a rollout coming to this event that is to happen. So, as a stream, enjoyable to watch, enjoyable to go through, because you know we got right into it. We do like the pompous ceremony, and you know we're near the tail end. Just fucking get the battles out and let's get to it. Totally get that. You know, if we had a standard from like the first, you know, the first set. Of the day of the battles, and then like the third set of the battles, we had a pretty good standard there. I would have liked to see that kind of on the tail end, but it happens. It totally happens. There's no slight to Premier Battles, but if in my mind, if it could have been amazing. Maybe we just needed to sell more cards with me and Briggsy. Maybe that would have done everything it could have. No, who knows? Maybe. Card tricks. I'd try to buy a box. That shit's difficult as hell for me to try and buy a box of card tricks. Like, what the hell is that about? Like, I'm like, okay, do I have to auction? I'm in a WhatsApp group. Like, do I go there? Like, where do I go? Like, I'm trying to put money in. Do I have to get credits? Like, how do I get the credits? And what do I do? How do I give them my post details? Like, is it an auction? Is it a buy at the moment? Like, that's complex as hell. Work on it, please. Pretty please. Okay, but just want to go over that as a going home show. And I tell you what, as a go home show, the battles, lived up to scratch. Holy shit. Like the event was great, I've already said that, but like the battles really lived up to scratch. Oh my god. Like, I feel like the last few episodes of the Where Winning Matters tournament, I was saying, oh, and this is Battle of the Tournament. This is Battle of the Tournament. Frost and DEBURKE, Battle of the Tournament. Pagan Hamill, Battle of the Tournament. Dojo Dub T, Battle of the Tournament. And every single one, even Enigma versus Pagan, Battle of the Tournament. And like all these, so many different battles. Like this is like, the great thing about this is it's went like that. It has went so high in the estimations. It's went like the first round you had some good battles. The second one there's some good, some okay, and you know the third one there has been this. I feel like Dance Fever or like Elon Musk can get cancelled. But like there's been such good battles, and it makes me excited to see what's going on at the final. You know, like salute DEBURKE. From what I'd heard from Briggsy, DEBURKE is winning a good amount of money, which fire, as he should. You know, he's been super consistent through it all, and he deserves compensation for being the person that's came all the way. You know, we'll get to why that's happened otherwise. So what is it? I think he's getting like 1,200 or 1,800. I want to say it was like kind of an off-kilt number. And so he's walking away with money, and then he might walk away with more money. And it looks like DEBURKE has been so chill about the final. What a guy. Yeah, you know what? And that's he would gain nothing from being angry about it. Like, he's got money in his pocket. He's getting paid to rap, and you know, if anything, with all the string of battles he's had, he's won. He's won with all the string of battles that he's had, and now it's just cementing the deal. So he's getting paid around. He'll be all right, like, you know. And it looks like it's Dub T, which, we'll talk about that one real soon. So what we're gonna do, I feel like I need to put a little bit more as our more happy music before we go here, because this, let's say. These are all... there we go. That'll do. Ocarina of Time. So, let's talk...
Bang.
Bang. Let's go ahead and talk about the first battle. But that transition did nothing, but I felt I needed a break to be like, okay, this is how we talk about the first battle now. Trying to keep in focus. You know what I mean? Keep focused. So, on a topic. So, I have spent like I spent it today, a good amount of today, going over notes. Like I got like if you see the camera, I was going over notes of these battles, right? That's one of them. And this is the other, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm going over notes. So I'm gonna try and go through these with y'all. And we'll see what we're saying, and obviously reacted to it and whatever. And please put your thoughts in. As Dojo is shown, if you know the Don DeMarco sounds, like there's like 4 of them, If you put an exclamation mark and you put a Don DeMarco, you get a noise, exclamation mark, bang bang, one word, get a noise, all one word, exclamation mark, face first, get a word, get face first, and then exclamation mark, shit like that, you're going to get a...
Shit like that. Shit like that.
You're going to get that, right? So just throwing that in there. Because we're vibing. And anything you need me to check over and whatnot. So, let's start off with DEBURKE versus Sam Hypes. Because Sam Hypes, I am way more interested in what Sam Hypes is doing now. And I'm saying this as so complimentary. I think that there has been the common consensus that Sam Hypes has been monotone, simple stuff. You could kind of just go through Sam Hypes' battles and they were all very similar. These last, probably from, probably from what's Quicksilver onwards? Like, whether he's winning or losing them, from Quicksilver onwards, it's been more interesting. I don't know if it's just a rejig of the style. Way more interesting, right? Because there's a lot more pacing in there, and there's a lot more time to breathe too, which is always a good start. I'm just clearing that. Boom. It's more time and stuff. It's so much better. And now I'm hearing the bars, and he's letting things react, and that's difficult in itself. Being able to sit there and go, time for the bar to land, and let that for a second, even if it airballs, because a lot of time that's a confidence thing. Is like, okay, I'm going to let this sit. Because it hits, it lands. And even if it doesn't, own that shit. And I think Sam Hypes used to, and similar to Matter, I did always connect the two. It was keep going, boom, boom, boom. You see this now, the little change, I am so much more invested. And I'm hearing Sam Hypes more. Like, I don't know if I get caught in the noise. I am hearing what Sam Hypes is saying way more now than I did back in 2023, 2024. I'm hearing him. And it's compliments to him because he did it amazing. DEBURKE is a dog, isn't he? He's a dog. Like, DEBURKE is so talented. And I worry, DEBURKE is doing so well now because this is a competitive environment. How do we keep DEBURKE? How do we keep him? Like, do we always offer another tournament? Because he says he comes back for the competition. He says that's what he does. He isn't just someone that's going to battle someone for nothing. Do we have to construct, like, stakes in a battle? I don't know, a hair versus hair match? Like, there are stakes that can be made to bring this DEBURKE every battle. Every single battle. Like, but if it's a competitive thing, if he disappears... Exactly. This is what I'm about to say. If he fucks off after this... Bro, like DEBURKE... The stonks on DEBURKE are high. They're high stonks right now. And we need more DEBURKE in battle rap. And DEBURKE is a style that was so interesting. I'm starting to think... You give him... a couple of UK legends, right? Let's say we do get... I always throw this guy's name out there. DEBURKE, I always say Frankie Fraser. Frankie Fraser is someone that there's still so many people for him to battle at his stage in his career, battle rap career, that we could, like, you could give him anyone and he'll be fine because he's established. He will give someone the heads up and he will give him a fight. Frankie's a great ambassador for that. You get Frankie and DEBURKE versus Ark. I'd give him Jay the Nightwing. Like, if they go as planned, I'd give him Jay the Nightwing. I'd be pushing him like he right now. I keep raising WWE references. He is peak Braun Breaker. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up now. He is peak Braun Breaker, the biggest hype. He's just takedown speed, and we're like, what the fuck is going to go happen next? We need DEBURKE in the culture, even if it's twice a year. We need him here. I wish there was more cross-platforming with his YouTube and whatnot, But, you know, it happens. But DEBURKE is so fucking talented. It's unreal. It's unreal how talented he is. And where he kind of, in the third, I'm going to go through round for round. In the third, I feel he kind of did a bit of a dialect thing, where it was like, I'm just going to rap and say the things. But the way that it's put across, it's going to sound very good. And that's what dialect was doing for years, except on a grime flow, where DEBURKE's kind of using it on a rapper kind of style, with the, you know, consonants and the pop, and you know, you guys know what I'm saying. You guys are, most of these watching this are rappers anyway, but it just, the way that it all matches is really good. So let's go through round one. Okay, and don't mind me having my phone over here just so I can still go over my notes, because there's so much I'm not going to remember it all. The highlights for me in DEBURKE's first, obviously he had the whole time travel thing, which was great. The time travel thing was like, you know, it's funny, did he mentioned it kind of time traveling twice in the battle? I've only just made that connection now. Obviously the third round, that whole concept of where battle rap is in 2030, and Sam's style. I like the part that caught me the most off that whole kind of stanza was calling you a time capsule makes sense because you change, like you don't change even when you get put in the dirt. Very good. Very good. And how that's set up, amazing. It's okay to be okay, Sam. It's not okay to be okay with it. What? Huh? It's okay to be okay, but it's not okay to be okay with it. Huh? Like, that, to me, like, it makes no sense, but it makes so much sense. Like, that's one of those, like, I understand. But if I say that to someone, that means nothing. But it means so much. I'm like, whoa, that's bro, that, put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. Make that a slogan. I don't know. Like, it's so short. Like, that's the end of a round. It's okay to be okay, but it's not okay to be okay with it. Like, that was so good. But just the whole first round, totally firing off cylinders. Completely firing off cylinders. Momentum is there. Punches are there. He's so in the moment. It feels like it's like suffocating. Because he's in there in that first round, fucking this is my arena. I'm going to make fun of you, but I'm also going to say these other things. Incredible first round. Sam's first, underrated. And I think with Sam's first, the momentum was so far in DEBURKE's side that Sam struggled to climb out of it. Like, it was so to one side. Because, one I think people were rooting for DEBURKE because DEBURKE is so talented. And Sam Hypes, before this tournament, had no reason to be there. Like, it wouldn't have been someone... It's like Bizzle. The journey Bizzle went on in the Twitch stream, technically Bizzle has no reason to be there. Sam Hypes had a similar energy. But this first round was really good. One line that got so slept on, it was straight to the point like a Roman road. I don't know if you know, Romans didn't give a fuck about hills or any shit like that. They just went, it's that way. Like, you could point down a road and it would be about 16 to 18 miles and it would still be straight. Just go that way. Like, you could be a point in whether in the middle of England and you go, okay, that's there. You know, because they made straight roads. I love that. This is used wordplay in different ways, but I rocked with it from Sam. It was... they should have punched you up until you read from the hands, like reading Braille. Like, that has been used before. But read from the hands, you know, that's adds a different layer to it. So I rock with it. That was cool. Fine with that. You know, like, I like used angles if you add a spin to it. And this kind of added a spin to it. So I was like, yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. What was it? Half red, half white, with a face open like a Pokeball. Obviously, hold on. Hey, what a guy. Obviously, for what I'm doing tomorrow, that has a particular place in my heart. You know, and like Pokeball, Logan Paul, yes, Yes. Okay, it's nerdy or bars or whatnot. I'm down with it. Monster, having that monster on your neck, like, I mean, it wasn't a monster. It was an illustrated art. It was a Pikachu with a paintbrush. That was what he had on his neck, and he technically doesn't have it anymore. But that's picky. But yeah, Pokeball, Logan Paul, thumbs up from me. Yeah, like the momentum was totally skewed. So like, I get it. He wasn't going to. No matter what he was doing, it wasn't because of that first. I don't know if much was going to land, but he actually did good work in that first and made it closer than it should have. The Burke second round. Obviously everyone's using the comic book angle on Sam. Now, I didn't realize it was because he was a comic book fan. I thought there was like some sort of like comic book characters that were like Sam, or is it maybe because Sam uses a lot of comic book bars? I didn't realize it was because he was just a fan of comics. I thought Sam was using a lot more comic book bars, and people then hopped onto that and kind of made it bigger than what it was. So when I heard this angle again, and just because the Burke said people use this angle on you, it doesn't give you the pass to use the angle and not feel a little repetitive. Like, it kind of softens it, it massages it, and the round is funny. Like the whole idea of waiting, trying to get a spider to bite on you, hilarious. And he does that, and he does have a lot of comic book bars. I thought that. I did think that. But the idea, it was hilarious. And, you know, and trying to riding a surfboard or whatnot, brilliant, you know. But I think other than that, the second was good. But I didn't, because that took up a lot of his round, and kind of similar to the first, where he's saying, I've taken a few minutes on this angle. It actually kind of contradicts himself a little bit, because I was like, I'm taking a few minutes at his angle. Now imagine what him doing the same thing for 11 years, where he's doing the same at another angle, and I kind of just wanted him to move away from it. You know, like, I just, you get to a point, that's it, now move. But he didn't quite. It was still there for a bit longer, and then we end the round. But it was like one or two other lines that were pretty good in there, but that took up the majority of the round. But Sam Hype's second round, oh my god. We had a fight here, guys. We had a fight here. When that Sam's second round is probably like Gasta said, it's probably one of the best second rounds he's had. Like what best rounds that he's had, because it just. It does so well in talking to Sam, talking to DEBURKE, and you know, and it's punchliney enough. It just weaves really well, and Pagan did this really good too. It weaves everything so well in the material. So Sam's second round, I think, obviously the big pop for you battle caveman, I did that. You battle for us, we've all done that. Like, that got a big pop. Of course it did. The whole haircut of a Lego man, and I'll redesign your block. Fire. The funniest part of me. And it's something I like, when he said this, is like, that's true. You know, it's kind of, because DEBURKE is a funny individual. He's a funny one. I feel like if he catches a ball, it's going to be a little bit like I feel like his muscle movements don't work the same, because he's a tall lad and whatnot. You know, he'll kick a ball a little differently than technique-wise, and, you know, you might catch a ball like this. I watched that back myself to show we're all next to each other. Yeah, we've all... That's his thing as well. I noticed that too. I noticed that like, I don't know if I'd seen you in there, but I've seen Shawnee B, and I think Hair Tech and T, and it's like, they've all battled them. So if they're all behind, they've all done that. As I was saying, DEBURKE's muscle movement feels like it catches a ball like that. So when Sam Hype says you get high fives and try to lock hands, fucking brilliant. Because he'd be like, oh yeah, amazing, and then you'd be standing there looking at him for a second like that. Can I get my hand back, please? Can I get my hand back, please? Like, I could see that. It was such a good visual of what he was doing. Oh, Christ, I missed one. This got slept on. I keep the pressure locked in like dust caps. That is so simple. It is so simple, and I would never like. I'm not a battle rapper. I don't know how many battle rappers would have thought of that. It seems so simple, because that's exactly what it does. It keeps the pressure in. It's the air pressure in the tires. Like that's exactly what it does. That was so good. And you know the ghost part of it as well. Spirit had to ghost you. He had to let you pass through to me so I could come back grim to haunt you. Brilliant. You know what? And it just makes I like it when you make an angle about like a punchline out of an angle. You know, that's battle rap for you, baby. Like it just the way how it happened. It was so good. And I gave that second quite handedly to Sam. I don't know if it's clearer than DEBURKE winning the first, but it's about a mirror's image to me. Only because, you know, DEBURKE had a really fun second round and the crowd were still rocking with him. Sam had a good first round, the momentum just wasn't there, and it kind of diluted the bars a little bit because of it. You know, but this similar energy, and then we get to the third round. So DEBURKE's third round, I don't actually have too much written in this one. I think it was the main thing I picked up from it was that throw on that Sam Hype's battle is a completely original thought. That's hilarious, and it probably is. Like it won't be now. It won't be now. But it's a very different way to say that no one watches your battles, and I appreciate that a lot. The 20-30 angle was good. I do feel that it was a way of writing about Sam Hypes without writing about Sam Hypes, because then you're it says about Sam, but it's not about Sam. It's like, oh, now Trubs is in the insane asylum, Briggsy's ran out of money, and battle rap is dead, and you're picking at so many things over the concept of something you said very little bit at the start. And then you've expanded it, and that's what DEBURKE does. DEBURKE's so good at the expanding a point to the minute detail, especially in the first round. And the same similar thing, time travel stuff, very minute, very. I feel like when I'm doing all these, like there's a lot of these things I cut out because like I'm trying to make it 15 minutes, but I'm just getting a spurg out on it. Spurg out might not be the word, but we're rolling, we live, baby. And so he's very good at this minute detail, but sometimes you deviate from the point in the minute detail. However, the water break happens, and I'm kind of glad the water break happens just after that little angle because the momentum comes back. It's an old author tricked contract and expand. Yeah. See, this is what battle rap be like. You're using techniques from authors. Man, honestly, battle rap is the hardest written literature in all. Hardest written piece in all of literature. Fight me on it. If anyone disagrees, fight me on it. I'll be at Hootenanny. We'll squabble. I just fuck up the whole event because I'm fighting people over Shakespeare. So that's what. So he's doing that. He's so good at that. But it kind of deviates a little away. Sam Hype's third. Little lull, but it gets to this point, which I think is the biggest moment in the third, and he's got channels in different countries. He's a weirdo in different languages. Brilliant. That's fantastic. And then Cammy throwing hands over I am Big Pentamar. Yes, I am. I'm throwing hands over similes. It doesn't have to be pentameters. I am throwing hands over similes and metaphors. You like this? What is it Tay-Rock says? Your anonyms and your synonyms. I'm throwing my hands over them. But so Sam Hype then has this. He got channels in different languages. He's like, and then he goes ahead. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shit, that's actually a point. Yes, you should have kept that, you prick. Like, okay, you're right. Three, two, one, flashbang. No one ever seen it. No one ever seen it. No one ever seen it. That's. Here. Use that a year down the line. I'll know it. People in here will know it. But the fans, the rest won't, you know, so keep a hold of that. So, he has this, and then he goes through saying like foreign words, like foreign, like for weirdo, and right, but that was a haymaker of the round, like, and the way that he then puts that together, I'm the conversation, okay, so. It's the fact that he's going, you're grasping at like different languages. It was you're blah 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 blah. I don't know the words. You're grasping this. That's a weirdo in different languages, so your subscribers are understanding it. Brilliant. Fan-fucking-tastic. That is the type of shit I want from Sam. You know, because it's research. It's interesting. It's different. And it's short stanzas that are that rhyme, and it actually fits the type of momentum that Sam is trying to do. However, after that, I think there was just a little fall of the momentum afterwards, where there wasn't too much to notice other than the dead people line, but it wasn't enough. And when DEBURKE, after the water break, DEBURKE really got into this little dialect rappy pocket where it's not about what is said. It's about how it's coming across, it's about the syllable count, it's all this stuff, and it just edged them the third, I think, for me. But this battle was so fucking close. Unbelievably close. It does, like, Sam Hypes deserves all the fucking credit in the world for going through that and fucking smashing it. Honestly, he deserves all the credit, and DEBURKE, a rightful winner of the amount. A rightful winner, but I'd be worried. The next, other than the final, I'd be worried for the next person's going to battle him. I've got a feeling he'll battle like a Slim Buck. I've got a feeling whether it's a Slim Buck or someone of you know, worth something, maybe a Maverick. You know, like someone of that tier. Because you put DEBURKE over against them guys who are of this top tier-ish, and I'm only saying his Maverick is top tier to me, but he doesn't battle that often. So he's in that pocket, and then as soon as he's there, he stops, and then he kind of steps down a little bit. So like whether it's that or even DEBURKE versus Quill, like DEBURKE Koji would be a huge battle for DEBURKE, you know, the return of Koji. It's not as if it ain't the first time that Koji was to return or come back against someone of a not a lower stature, someone of that kind of newer guy that, I'm just going to knock the new guy off the block. That would be the first time. So I have this DEBURKE 2-1. Great battle from both though. Let's get into the other one, and I'm using my transition again to make me kind of go on to the next one. Love this transition, by the way. Love this transition. So, oh man, have a little. Well, he's been away for a minute. Koji's been away for a minute. He needs to come back. Koji's been away for a minute. We don't retire from battle rap. Like bro, Koji, it was 2024. He was rapping like every day for like 140 days of a new verse every single time. Do you not think that Koji would just come back? I think he just maybe want at some point. You don't, the love for that doesn't leave in a year like afterwards. It takes a while to lose that. I think the right offer would bring him back personally. Okay, Pagan, you're on the chopping block. Koji hates battle rap, although like you said, battle rap retirement doesn't exist. Do you want to know what? Everyone hates battle rap. Everyone hates battle rap, especially right now. Everyone hates battle rap just now. But the adrenaline, the group meeting, and the superhero feeling, that doesn't leave you. That doesn't leave you at all. Pagan versus Dub T. Pagan, you're on the chopping block here, brother. You're on the chopping block. You know, so, and before we start this, I just as a reminder, tomorrow, speaking of people just hating battle rap and finding ways to change it, I'm playing Pokemon. Team Rocket Hat, I'm playing Pokemon. It's a Nuzlocke, and if you know a Nuzlocke, if you know Ball, brilliant. Basically, if a Pokemon dies, it dies forever. I have battle rap rules. I've been doing this for 2 months. It's all prepared and set. Everything's coming out, and it starts from tomorrow. Keep an eye on the channel. Very much appreciated. It's fun. It is fun. I've edited it. I've edited it to a point. It's a good time, and it's just some shit to watch when you're doing hee-haw. You know, and it's just most episodes are about an hour. I think the first one's about 40 minutes because it's like getting a starter, getting a team, you know, and facing whoever you need to face and stuff. I'll not spoil too much, but check it out. Pagan versus Dub T. Bam! Another Battle of the Year contender, or Battle of the Tournament, probably a Battle of the Year contender. Like Trubs has kind of made a mistake here. Trubs has made a mistake because 2026, right? Although there's actually not been that much battle rap that really happened, because we went, oh, we're not going to count any of them battles from the We're Winning Matter tournament in 2025. It's all 2026. Having to decide a battle of the year is going to be a fucking nightmare. Having to decide a battler of the year. Battle of the year? What? Well, we got to consider this battle, Hamel Pagan, Dojo Dub T. Like, we got loads of battles we have to sit there and consider. Caveman versus Frost. Huh? We've got loads of battles we have to sit there and consider. It's a fucking nightmare. So I've already started taking notes, assuming I'm on the panel. I might not even be in the panel, but assuming that I kind of am as a consistent there, I've already started taking notes. But all of our exactly, bro. Like the minimum for you guys for a requirement to be in there was fucking 3 battles. Some of you guys have already got 6, and we are month 6, coming on month 7. Mental. So this battle was fucking incredible, and to give. I'm not just saying this because I would have said this if Pagan wasn't here. To give him his flowers, I think Pagan found himself. Because amongst all the great writing that we have, exactly, you only got 3 battles and now you have 6. It's incredible. Amongst everything, Pagan has, it's like the writing has kept him afloat, but Pagan's had to try and find the performance. You know, and start of the year, maybe even like a couple of weeks into the We're Winning Matter tournament, I had thoughts about his performance of, I think it was the first battle that he had against either Dynamic Mike or B Ramble, one of the two, and he'd asked me, oh well, I've thought I've worked on this, I'm thinking of working on this a bit more, and I could tell you what, I'm looking at this battle now of him versus Dub T. He's found himself. Like this is what I would want from him. He's a little more in the face. Even when Dub T puts the shoulder over, it doesn't stop him. There's not as much of a gap in between. Because, you know, even B Ramble is very, very much, oh, I'll say some misogynist stuff, but I'll point at you from afar like that. You know, and Hamel, he's a bit more closer. Even Enigma, a bit but I'm not saying that that's specifically what he needed to do. But it makes, instead of being, I'm going to rap better than you, as like, I'm going to kill you. It's a different energy, and you've done really well. This is him. This is what, I'm not going to say this is what I'm going to expect from Pagan every battle. But if we were to look at Pagan and going, what is the not the peak Pagan, because there's still more to go through. What is an example of Pagan at his best? I would throw this one on because it just highlights so much of his progression from there to now. And now he's a fucking force to be reckoned with. Like there was been a time, and just because you guys are here on the comments and whatnot. There was a time where if we were to say, all right, okay, I want to see Dojo versus Pagan. I would throw Dojo versus Pagan, you know, short circuit, co-main event, maybe just underneath that, before We're Winning Matters, before, let's say I start of 2025. That's kind of in that area. You know what I mean? That's middle of the card, upper middle of the card, short circuit. Dojo versus Pagan now, undisclosed main event for sure. For sure. And that's not mean to be a slight or anything like that. I'm just using like that's a main event battle on the smaller cards. That is a definite spot in a kind of what was the Jazz and Bizzo event? Can't remember it. But that's like these sort of cards, the bigger cards, it's locked in spots. Oh, these deserve it and they need to be there. Like what this has done for a lot of these battle rappers is amazing. And this showed it for Pagan. It really showed off how good he is. But I'm putting Pagan over just now because Dub T, what a story that man has had. What a story that guy has had to be where he is now. Bro, and even just to add to the flavor, add to this big German wrench, added into it, and now it's even more exciting. And now there's even more that it's like, oh my god, like be the villain, Dub T, be the villain. I deserve to win that. The judges knew. That's why they put me in the spot. The fans knew. That's why they put me in that position. And they said, fuck off, Pagan. You don't deserve to be on this card if you can't make it. So it's fucking me. They put me back in. The judges were wrong. They were paid by Pagan. Fuck them. The fans got me here. Go heel. That's actually kind of face promo a little bit. But just go all out. Fire the cylinders. So fucking good. It's like his Dub T's had the most exciting story, and that's what we wanted to get there. You know, like he's had clearly the most like absolute. That's it. That's the card. Because I was meant to have Moke and Emerson Kennedy. Be the fucking heel. Pay the judges. We will get to the pay wordplay. We will get to that. Pay the judges again. We will get to all that because that's a different thing in itself. So, as I said, very, very good battle. Another one of these battle of the year contenders. Let's go through round for round, okay? So, first round we get Dub T. He's coming out, and I feel like Dub T kind of, for want of a better phrase, blows the load early. He blows the load, right? Because he just goes straight into this angle about Pagan and not being able to make it to the final, which, Pagan, bruh. I get it because you could have been like a year and a half in advance. I went to a wedding in Pefkos in Greece, and I didn't make it to the stag do. Made it to the wedding. Everyone went to the stag do. None of them made it to the wedding. I went, you pieces of shit. I love them, but man, like they're all his friends, and it's like none of you can make it to the wedding, really, but you could all make it to the stag do. Nah, you're a bit of a piece of shit. But went over there, and I booked the flight the start of that year, like and paid it incrementally. And the thing wasn't until October, November. So like you have to plan that far in advance, right? So this happens, and he's going over it. Harry Kane flew to Germany because he wasn't winning at home. It's a great line. Now the first of the pay, like because he did two of them, and they're both kind of similar in a way, bruh. I'm glad Dub T did it, because Dub T could get away with it more, but it's kind of like, and it's just not to make it rhyme, it's kind of like when people do Tay flips when his name's Tay Rock. It doesn't quite work. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I'm from Dundee, like I could have, there'd be like a bar about the River Tay. Like that, you could get away with it. But you're splitting a word apart that was never split apart, and if you split pagan, you get pagan. You know, so I'm not the biggest fan of it, but Dub T made it work. So to take my own little biases out of the situation, Dub T made this work and it landed because it was, what was it? You in a box, it's pay phoned it in. Like, fire. It is fire, and I'm glad the bar was good enough to make that work. But if I was super critical, I am being super critical, but in that moment, I think I went, pay. I get what he was doing, like, but it definitely, henceforth, I am pagan. So, well, if anything, henceforth, you are Pa Guten Tag. That's you from now on. So, he had the bar there, and then, actually, speaking of Guten Tag, I'll be there putting boots to arse. You'll be in Munich bar saying Guten Tag. I was just in Munich, like a month and a half ago. Again, another stag do, and a good time. I ended up doing, I don't think I posted the video, and maybe I will. I did a version of, because I got put in the karaoke. I know I'm deviating. This is the live stream, man. We're just vibing. I ended up doing a rendition of "Was It Me" by Shaggy in a German bar of about 120 people, and I didn't know the words. I didn't know the words. I guess straight up I was reading off a screen for a lot of it. But what I ended up doing is, instead of actually rapping where Shaggy does, because none of you fucks can tell me what Shaggy was rapping about, I ended up going, and I just followed the beat. They had no fucking idea. And when I would go, "It wasn't me," I'd have the mic and go, "Was it me? Something coming on the counter? Wasn't me." Like, fucking killed it. I actually doing the hands and I go, and just went. I went crazy. So, because I felt that because it was in Munich. I felt that in my heart because I was there. I think it was at Hitler's beer place. Weird things. There was a Hitler baby on the wall. I didn't know where the fuck I was. Let's get back to it. Basically, this first round from Dub T was really good for planting the seed. It was really good for being there and being like, okay, now we're dropping the dime now because after the battle, things are going to change, right? But he planted the seed now. But I'll get to why I think he blew the load too early by the end of the third, okay? We get into Pagan first round, and fucking hell, Pagan's first round, so much good shit in here. Of the rebuttals. Now, Pagan, if you're still here, whatever, the rebuttals, right? They're good, and I'm glad to see that this was a battle you were going to. I'm actually going to go the extra mile and try these rebuttals. However, you'll notice in the battle, the first two work. The first one gets a huge pop, because that's like a disrespectful shrug off the shoulder. And you can tell with Trub's reaction, he's like, I just didn't expect that from him. I didn't expect that. What the fuck? Like, you hear that he's totally shocked. The second one kind of works. It gets a pop still. The third one, it doesn't get an anti-pop, but the third one is kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of expected that one now. Because if you are doing a rebuttal, it's just, from my understanding, it's just like writing for like a bar. If you have a 2-line and it's like a 2-bar thing, we're going to react to it like it's a 2-bar thing. Freestyle rebuttalers have gone so far; they're going up to 8 bars, 16 bars, rebuttaling a line. 4 at minimum. If you're going to do that, I would try and momentum build as you would with other things. I would continue to try and momentum build the rebuttal as well as the bars in it. But then you have to think of 2 other lines, line them up, get them correct, think of how you want to perform them. It gets a little much, so I get that. But if you're going to do it, you might, just for if you're doing this in the future, maybe try and think of another 2 lines to then land into that. You said, but if I do you know, like it's something like that, you know. But it's whether it could be, I'm trying to think of something. I don't know, something about a tidal wave, something practice. You couldn't hack this. I might be changing currency, but for the tidal wave, goodbye to your chances. I don't know. I'm making it up. I agree. Kept it short for the round clock. Of course, that's a good point. That's a good point. That your time as well, especially when I was looking at the time and some of the rounds are like over 30 seconds. I'm like, ooh. But you know, it's a semi-final. They're going to let it rock. So, Pagan's first round. Obviously, he has a little thing about basically he's off the gate dogging. He's out going crazy. Had a little pop of the packing up and basically folding tea, but reminds me of packing for holidays. That was great. Pour cement on the body, how the plot thickens. Now I don't know he had this insane pocket, and it was at paleo in the clams. Like I have no idea what he was saying. Painted with the hands, it paleo in the I have no idea what that was, but it sounded fire. Like I was trying to like hand painting, painted with the hands. I had no idea. If you could clear that up, that would be fantastic. It got a huge pop. I couldn't get it, and I tried googling it and trying to interpret it different ways. I just didn't quite get it. But he then gets into for me, some of the best lines of the battle and some of the best bars of the between that and the weirdo with different languages between some of the best material of the entire stream. It's the blade, for all that blade, I'll hold it against you if you shed a tear. I got the tissue, I'll hold in the tissue like that. Fire, so fire. And then I painted with the hands. What Paleolithic clans? Paleolithic clans. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I forgot Paleolithic was a word. I'm so annoyed. But okay, painted with the hands at Paleolithic clans. Okay, early humans who did the cave paintings. I'm so annoyed. I am so annoyed. I should have got that. But fire nonetheless. That was so fun. And the fact it's like an 8-bar build up of that, incredible. And the way it lands. It's Paleolithic clans is borderline Bender-esque. You know, that's where it's on its way there. And that's about as big as a compliment as I can give, because, you know, Bender is the greatest writer of all time. Like, between him, so, like, I'm Pagan. I'm not gashing with putting you in that role, but shit like that puts you in a good position as a writer. The writer that I've known you've always had been. That puts you in there, because that was the way it's set up. It was incredible. But the bar for me is, I'll go to war with drums and barrels like the Strait of Hormuz. Oh. I'm coming, Elizabeth. That shit was crazy. What? Like, and it's something that I've not known anyone to say that. I might have missed something. Maybe someone has. But if someone was to tell me who would have wrote that, I would say Rum Nitty would have wrote that. Just because it's one of those that it's right fucking there, but no one said it. It's in the mind of so many people in this collective thought, whatever that you believe, and he's just picked that one out. And right, I'm writing this down. You have this thought, unfucking real. So that was fire. So absolutely, I just look at my notes there. Absolutely bombing, and I gave Pagan the first round for that. Just, it was such a good round. Dub T second round, right? Dub T second. Dub T had whether it's 100% meant or not, and I'm assuming that it is, but I caught it was an underlying theme of mirror punching. Not quite reverse punchline, that's a little different. That's the A-word shit. That's the like, but that kind of the mirror of and I'll use one of his of an example. It's the I win people over, you bring people over to win. Like reversing the words. The thing with this angle is this is an angle that actually would have been very good versus visual. And that's a battle I'd want to see. Visual versus Dub T. At this point, visual when he was 17 in the last tournament, got to the final of at the Steel Yard. Now he could be up against a new young blood who made it to the final of a Shorty Horror Gemini card. Huh? It would be insane. That would be so insane. But I would want to see that in the future. But it's the matchmaking. But it is, this angle was very much what Maverick had something similar. I think it was Maverick or Bobby Ricks. I'm sure it was Maverick who had a similar angle on visual about this, and how you change you make the metaphor, and as you make the metaphor, you then turn the metaphor into a punchline by reversing it ever so slightly. And so we then get into it, and that's just common writing. That's like battle rap writing. That's how it kind of is, you know. This music's crazy. Let's move on to it's very much right. Okay, let's go to the next one. There we go. That's more fun. I feel like we were starting to get into some villain arc there. As I was saying, this is like even like being top 10 and being 10 tops. Like this whole round was basically because Dub T used this strategy the whole round, but made a point to say this is what Pagan does, and then does the whole round. One, it instills the thought of, okay, Pagan does this all the time. Two, it's a very effective way to battle, so we like hearing it. And three, it's not the hardest to write over to then make it sound like it's a really heavy bar. Like the one like I said, there's loads of, also calling it Yoda rapping. Hilarious. That's so good. Again, that's really good. Yoda rapping. And we might take that and make that Yoda rapping. Like, yeah, like, or rapping Yoda. Like, we might take that to mirror it as well. The main one is you bring a bitch to all your battles and so does she. And that isn't even the mirror battling. That's mirroring the concept. Like, she brings a bitch, like, you bring a bitch to your battle and so does she. It's mirroring the concept. So we've already had, you can take what I have because you don't have what it takes. For this, where winning matters, my winnings matter before this. Mirroring punchlines, and now we're mirroring concepts. Which, that's the shit. That's a little, it's almost like unexpected from Dub T, because that's a big concept to then really get over. That this is what he does, to then do it without it seeming like you're imitating his style, and then use it effectively. With the style, which for Dub T, clever, this is how clever it is. It's clever, it's easy enough to make that punchline-y style to then say this is what he does. It was such a master play. Like, it was a master play in doing this. Just manipulating the situation. Completely manipulating the whole situation of, this is what's happening here. This is what he does. I'm going to do it without telling us that he's going to do it, and we're just reacting like it's a normal round where it's also more direct to him, where the bars are direct, the angles are direct, the performance is direct, like the whole concept is direct. He fucking nailed that second round. Like that is probably one of my favorite. I think that's better than his round versus Vigotti. I think that round is better than most of his rounds, if not all of them, because it's layered in a way, and I loved hearing that you felt fresh for the battle. I loved hearing that because he was definitely, like, if he's fresh like this and he's coming with these newer ideas, like where does he go next? You know, like this, because this type of writing and that type of, like, I don't want to say that Dub T should go all conceptual and stay away from the punches, but this is the type of level he'll need to be on when he battles DEBURKE. Because this is DEBURKE's bread and butter. This is where DEBURKE's been this whole time. Now Dub is pushing into that. It's a funny situation, but it's very interesting. I rock with that heavy. So that second round from Dub, in the clouds. That is so far in the clouds, right? Now, for Pagan, more fantastic writing. Like, for me, I appreciate the things that rhyme. David and Goliath slaying the giant. I have never heard that. Never. Just that part alone. Not even the stutter punch of, David and the Goliath slaying the giant. I can't even say it. David and Goliath slaying the giant because he was a stone throw from rock. And kind of leaving that last part. T-Top does that shit a lot. I should highlight this as well. If you're watching us on the readback, Pagan is absolutely giving you props there because that was a fantastic round. But David and Goliath slaying the giant, and that little stutter thing, T-Top's a master of that, and I'm glad that Pagan is looking at other people's stuff and going, right, people who do the stutter thing, let the crowd finish it off, especially when you're becoming so pocket heavy that having it's sounding the bar out. It was really good. The Kurt Cobain, the toxic, the toxicology, not only killed by a shotty, was also smoking rock. It just layers. The Homelander bar was cool. I know about V. I just haven't watched Homelander, so it probably lands more if you've watched. I know about it, so I caught it, but it's okay. The ripple effect of the imminent threat towards the imminent threat. I can't even say this shit because I get tongue tied. The ripple effect of the imminent threat to what happens to goats when you give them their Rex. Bruh. Brilliant. Your delusions is illusions. You're not where you think you are. And that, again, another concept of, I thought delusions and illusions were the same thing. When he said it, I went, he's just said the same thing twice. No, there's a difference between a delusion and an illusion. Illusion that you think that you see there, and your delusion is a permanent, firm belief. So if you see an illusion that you see and you believe that you were there for your delusion, but you're not where you think you are because it's an illusion and a delusion. What? Oh! That was a head scratcher for me. I had to take a second to go, wait, no, he's actually right. I hate when I'm wrong. And he made me wrong when I was thinking that initially. Name spinning in the barrel since you were made in an echo chamber. Brilliant. However, as great as this round was, it was going from bit to bit to bit to bit. Dub T had this overarching situation. I think Dub T conceptually just had a layer on Pagan in the moment. So I gave the second a dub, but Jesus Christ. At this point, I felt like, I think after this, because I was listening to this on the way home from work, and it was midnight. I was coming home. I got back into my flat and whatnot. I stayed in the car park for a little bit of the first part. I had to stop the round there and go, I need to stop for a second, and had to readjust for the third round, because there was too much going on. But going into the third now, I gave Dub T the second. Going into the third, a good round from Dub in the third. Dub kind of ditched the punchlines, concepts, and I could see why, because you're wanting to go, this is the punchline round, this is the concept round, this is the talk to him round. Very standard practice in battle rap. That's actually the formulaic way in battle rap. That's how you do it. That's how I say a hold the dawn, but that's how someone would do it. Your concepty, you're not too sure around, that goes in a second because you don't know if you're going to take it or not. First round is the one you just bomb on them, get the energy. Third round, talk to them, and just it's tucking them in at night, at bedtime. It's okay, now it's sleep time. You know what I mean? Now you've run around, you've been crazy, it's bedtime now. Now to put them to sleep. Not in a boring way, but in a I'm finishing you off. The pillow goes over the face. That's standard. It just didn't quite work. It didn't quite work. And it landed. there was the third. He had the idol bar, which I like. The idol bar. It was Pagan and his idol. He can't move. Like, I know. Like, again, this is not me saying that Dub took anyone's bar. I heard, like, CJA quite famously had an idol bar versus Rum Nitty that went viral. So I did hear that, and I'm like, okay, that has been done better, but still good. But it has been done better. One of the things that Dub T also tried to do, and Pagan didn't quite fall into the category yet, was there was a point where obviously the echo chamber bar happens, and Pagan specifically hasn't said that he's a Yunnan clone. He's saying there was a bunch of people that he has been in a group with. You know, that's what the echo chamber bar is. But then Dub T is counter-writing to say who's the Yunnan clone. And that is counter-writing. That is presumptive. And that's why you leave it in the third. Because if you leave it in the third, then there's more rounds that they'll say it and that they'll then come across. You know what I mean? That makes sense. It makes sense. That's how you should do it. But he didn't do that. So when he hit that bar and, you know, it kind of who's the Yunnan clone, it landed in the room. But it could have landed more in a different way, and I will get to that. You know, so there was another one of them Pa bars, which fine. The Pa bars are fine. Like for Dub T, fine. I just wouldn't want to hear them afterwards because it's a little forced. But fine for this, right? Now I'll tell you what, I'll get to the point now. With Dub T. Sorry, Pagan. I think Dub T could have won this battle if he swapped his first for his third. And whether it's better material or not, like Dub T's first or your third, well, it doesn't matter about that. It's the lasting impression. So, when I say that he blew his load too early, the whole first round is this big concept of, I am over here, I'm going to be at the final, you're not going to be in there because you have a wedding to go to. If we get to the point in the third round and then Dub T then says it, there's such a level of disappointment of, oh fuck, we've went through this and he's got a wedding to go to and we're in the third round. Oh fuck. And that lasting impression might then turn around and affect the judge's decision, because why would they vote for someone if they're not going to make it? Even if they're that's how powerful that angle could be. The angle will permeate. I know as a judge, someone has an angle like that permeates in my heart and go, oh, it makes me double guess everything. If he managed, and again, hypothetical worlds, Dub T then takes that, puts that into his third round, it will nullify a lot of what Pagan's doing in that third round and will not appreciate what Pagan's doing, because now we've got to the third round. We're so invested in this battle. Like it could be like the first goes to Pagan, the second goes to Dub T as planned, and now that third, Dub T's just exposed that Pagan can't make it. Fuck. What are we doing here then? What are we going to do here? As a judge, and Dub T could have sold that in a way of, oh, I'm over here, like I'm going to be there, I will be there. This guy won't because he has a wedding to go to. Do you know he has a wedding to go to? Premier Battles, do you know he has a wedding to go to? Has he not told you? And could have, in all this shit that Pagan has said about being a snake, could have flipped it on its head, because you could have presented that he didn't know and sold that he didn't know he was going to a wedding. And that would have been devastating. So I think just a trick there, round placement. But again, this is in the moment of the thing. You're wanting to nullify it from the first. But on hindsight, if you just nullified the third, Dub T could have won this. Just. But, and even with this third round, if he put this in the first, he could coin it ever so slightly to then say, right, you're going to call me. So who the heck... So don't you dare call me a Yunnan clone, because you're rapping about dragons. Don't you call me a... You know what I mean? And kind of put the step on the first part to say, okay, it almost counter right in the first round to then assume that he's then going to talk about it, because then if he talks about the echo chamber bar, you go, told you. I told you we go down, and that now you've got the crowd on your side again. When Pagan's second, that affects the second round. So round placement is so important. I hope that explains that, because I was going like, oh, that could have been, all that took is just on the day. Change it. On the day. Okay, Pagan's third. Pagan's third, they're so good at weaving everything. The concepts, everything, it's all of these angles, because Pagan, other than the echo chamber, Pagan's not really touched too much of these rounds. He's not really gone too deep into it. Now, we're weaving everything in the third. Just like DEBURKE does, like, just weaving everything in. Everything is a part of the rounds now. So, Pagan's third. People are sleeping on the dry spots. People are sleeping on like the dry spots and after raw sex. That's a reference he does not get. Brilliant. You know, there's talks of the virgin stuff. I'm not saying he's a virgin, obviously, but that sort of thing was great. The way you conduct yourself might as well be with a copper wire. Now, oh man, like the thing is, it's not being spoon-fed. The material's not being spoon-fed. I hope you understand this. The material is not... If you don't get it, okay, cool. Like being like looking like an informant or looking like a secret cop or whatever, and then like the way you conduct yourself, you might as well be with a copper wire. So like either he's wired in, or like a cop, or a copper wire that conducts, because it's like copper wires and all the fucking electrics and shit. Huh? Like that's not spoon feeding. You have to kind of know that. And if you didn't know it and you get the wordplay, you then learn something from that. Unreal. Then goes into the so he's went over being a virgin very briefly. Weave that in. Looking like a informant. I think that was RX or someone had an angle like that. Weave that in. Going through like the ghost biting bars or whatever, weaving that in. It was like he's like the like Kick versus Jeeves. He's not Van der Sar. I'm sure you could have floated that past the Dutchman. Again, weave that in there. It's just the way it works. The phone hack, notes app, brilliant. Like at the first, Dub does mention this. It's a snake in a pit. Essentially, it's the Regner length or something like that. Mentions that. And get it that Pagan's in the middle, in the end of like a pocket, so you can't quite just, you could present that as and you said, and now the snake's in the pit. Like, you know, there's a little, but you're in the pocket, so that totally makes sense. And all you can go is, So, just, in general, Pagan's third, I think he had the better line for line. In the round, and it just the way that the angles, it kind of encapsulates everything. Where Dub is trying to talk to him and do the same thing, but it's just Pagan does it better. But if Dub T changed the first to the third, same material, completely same material, nothing changes. I think the momentum swing will be so drastic, it would then go to Dub T instead. Hold on, let me press another transition. Let me come back. Oh my, I need a drink after that. So yeah, that's it's been a live stream version of this show. Because I'll head off in a minute, but I just want to be able to put over these two battles are fucking insane. And I've got the Patreon, so I'd seen it, but I don't know what it is. There's this experience of watching the battle on Patreon versus watching it when it's live, and I don't know, it's like the color scheme or something, and then it just seems to catch it all better. I could have probably pre-recorded this and then just uploaded it for when it came out, but seeing it all pieced together, it just adds so much more flavor to it. I think I'll not go into too much detail. I'll have, I think, an interview or somewhat sorted out on Monday. But I think the main thing for now is I will have videos coming out about different things in battle rap. But every week for the next month or so, I will have once a week videos either on a Saturday or Sunday at 6 p.m. depending on my work schedule, to be honest, of me playing Pokemon and being the greatest that there ever was. So with that being said, I appreciate all the people that pulled up. I think it's been a good amount of years that have come through, and now we're at the tail end of it now. I appreciate everyone that's come to watch. Thank you for being here and being good fucking sports. Thank you to Battle Rap as always. Always a big thank you to Battle Rap. It helped me out in so many different ways. I'm not the guy I am without Battle Rap, but just want to give that shout out. You guys stay safe. What song should I put on? I think I need to put on the Ilmac Drake freestyle again just to finish off. So with that being said, we'll end this here. You guys stay safe, and I will catch you for the next one. Peace.
Y'all don't want truth, you wanna be right. Don't want freedom, you wanna comply. Just want freedom to choose who we a slave to and call it a life. Don't want justice, we want comfort. Where's the lie? I slide between genres, only poking my head in when I hear something interesting. Guess it's been a minute then. I was in the whip, forget which whip I was whipping in. Bumping 50 Cent mini-men, subbing the word women in. Scar tissue and thicker skin. Love letters I didn't send. Been missing in action, so let me fill you in. Never got the benefit of the doubt, but being doubted comes with its benefits. That's why I never rap about ops that I don't have. I'm only up against ignorance. Let them keep expectations low and adjust the percentages. Shrug and nonchalantly mention how fucked up the system is. Look what it's done to my innocence. Understated like slavery and genocide. Pledge allegiance, outlaw the homeless and give billionaires better treatment. Caping for a class you'll never be in. Your actions echo in eternity and dreams never leave that bed you sleep in. Been itching bad to get it back. Unappreciative of shit I had in the past. But that's in the past. Turn this pen and pad to Leningrad. Live long enough, the hero put on a villain mask. Road rage, how I'm driven mad. They don't live by their standards online. Buying Eat the Rich bumper stickers off Amazon Prime. Yeah. You could criticize the world and exist in it too. But most time that's just an excuse to choose convenience over principles when you consume. Am I the only one with common sense in the room? Easy to see the world from this high horse. Just don't look it in the mouth, cause when I'm out, it's my gift to you. Been chomping at the bit, trying to stick and move somewhere between the dark and the pale one. I'm just the glue.